Salvete omnes. Let's continue with the Aeneid, Book 4. Icamone satus rapta garamantide limpa templa Jovi centum latis emania regnis, centum aras posuit vigilemque sacra verat ignem, exubias divum aeternas, pecedumque cruere pingue solet variis Florentia limina sertis. Hic is from hic hac hoc, refers to Iarbas, mentioned in the previous lines. Iarbas being a king in North Africa who was rejected by Dido, and he's a son of Jupiter. So this man, Iarbas, having been sired by Jupiter, with a Garamenthian nymph having been ravished, placed, posuit, 100 huge temples to Jove in his wide kingdoms, and he placed 100 altars. We have a little asyndeton here because we have no conjunction connecting the Templa Emania and the next direct object, centum aras. So, this man placed 100 huge temples to Jove in his wide kingdoms and 100 altars, and he had made sacred, notice this is a pluperfect, the watchful flame in eternal sentries of the gods, and the ground was saturated, or the ground was thick with the blood of the herd or of animals, and the thresholds were flowering with various garlands. So this is describing the things that this man, Iarbas, has done for Jupiter. As a son of Jupiter, that's the first description we have right here, that he is a son of Jupiter. He has dedicated 100 huge temples, 100 altars. He sanctified a watchful flame. And here is this just an apposition to that watchful flame, eternal sentries of the gods. And the ground was thick with the blood of animals. And the thresholds were flowering with various garlands. And you'll see we have some chiasmus here, A, B, B, A. And in this last section, we have to imply an S tier. The ground was thick. The solum, or erat is better. The solum erat pingue. And here we need to supply an erant. The limina, the thresholds, erant were Florentia, flowering. And this is just more description of the temples, right? So up here, speaking grammatically, we have there's some names that we need to go into. Ammon was a Libyan deity equated to Jupiter in Virgil's sense. And Jovis, Jove is another name for Jupiter. So both of these words are just Jupiter. So having been sired from or by Ammon or Jupiter, and this is an ablative of source. And then we have an ablative absolute here. Nympha rapta, with a nymph having been ravished, with a nymph having been snatched up. And this garamantide is just an adjective going with nympha, with a Garamanthian nymph having been ravished. Now next we have our subject is hic, this man, and we have posuit, our main verb. So this man, posuit. All of these things. In his wide kingdoms, ablative of place where. And I think that's all the grammar we need to discuss for today.